What is up, guys? Belamy here. In today's video, I just wanted to come talk to you guys about the ArcheRage private server, which I've found myself playing for the past couple of weeks. Now, as many of you know, ArcheAge legacy servers and pretty much any server in the West and in Southeast Asia, which is where I was playing, got taken down pretty abruptly. It kind of sucked. Most of us lost our characters with probably no chance of them ever coming back. But myself, and I'm sure many of you guys, would still find yourselves getting that ArcheAge itch every now and again. And unless you're planning on going and playing on Korean servers, which is extremely difficult if you don't live in Korea, or playing on Russian servers I think might still exist, your next best bet is going to be ArcheRage, which I found myself trying out very hesitantly, but it's been fantastic. The server is awesome. All of the catch-up mechanics and all of the new player benefits and returning player benefits have been awesome. Me and my group have been having tons of fun. We're already, 2 weeks in, and we're already like 8, 9, 10, some of us are 11k gear score. We're playing ArcheRage. It's awesome. Today's video, I'm just going to be talking to you guys about a few of the awesome things that I've encountered on the server in the last 2 weeks and why I'm going to be continuing to play, because honestly, the server's really fun. The custom content on the server is amazing. And we're going to jump right into that. And the first thing, this is not the most major thing, but this is the first thing I'm going to talk about, is the custom skill queue. Now, this isn't a huge deal for many players, but for those of us who are on Southeast Asian servers and maybe EU servers, since it is a North American server, or it's somewhere in that region at least, they have a custom skill queue. Now, many of you will be familiar with the skill queue kind of concept that existed in ArcheAge previously and in other games. In a lot of cases, it was kind of just okay. In some cases it was a hindrance, in other cases it just wasn't that beneficial, at least for low ping players. In this case, it's actually fantastic. It's actually that good that I'm playing Archer on NA servers, which previously was just, you just couldn't do it. It would just fuck your endless arrows and many of your skills so hard that it made the class unviable. Yet the custom skill queue that they've implemented on the server, which I know nothing about, it just feels amazing for high ping players. I play with 230 odd ping, that's using a VPN, and it feels amazing. Like, Archer feels fantastic. It feels almost better than it did on Southeast Asian servers, which was like a 100 ping server for me. So that has made me very happy, and I've been enjoying that fantastically. The next thing I want to talk about is the Miss Murray land. Now, they've added a lot of land to zones that previously didn't have it. The best example of this is the Miss Murray land that they implemented. Basically, what used to be Miss Murray, obviously in the current version of the game, doesn't exist anymore, but the space is still there, and they've basically cut it and chopped it and gave it like a community center and everything, and it's basically a new player starting zone for land, basically. So the way it works is, if you have land anywhere else in the game, so say in like Halcyona, you can no longer place land in Miss Marrow. So if you're returning to the game or a new player, you can hopefully snag a spot in Miss Marrow, and you can only prepay the taxes just 1 week, so you can't like have it prepaid for like a whole month or anything like that, like other zones. And it basically just means that new players are almost guaranteed to at least get one plot of land. So me and my entire family who have just started all have a thatched farmhouse, like a miner's farmhouse set up in Miss Murray, which has been fantastic, because just having one house is really good. And in the theme of land and things like that, you get tons of labor. A lot of seeds are sped up, so like say growing ginseng, which would usually take 24 hours, takes only 12 hours. And on top of that, vocation seeds and trees and things like that, they also kept in like the seed merchant and things like that, so I can actually buy pine trees for gold and silver and not vocation, which seems like, honestly, I forget how good that was back in the day. It's just a nice little quality of life thing that I don't have to grind a week of vocation just to put a bunch of pine trees down somewhere. So that's been really nice. Another thing I mentioned earlier in the video, which is really nice for the new and returning players, are these homecoming and returning player and new player buffs that they give you. You have a bunch of loot drop rate, XP, all this kind of stuff. They even give you like PvE skill damage and things like that, so farming mobs early on is a bit more comfortable, which has been really awesome and really helpful for me as a returning player. That on top of like the huge amount of labor that you get has been really awesome, and honor is like 4x'd and XP is 4x, so you can level from 1 basically to 55 in like an hour just doing green quests. It's really fast. So I'm 2 weeks in, I'm already ancestral level 38, doing these awesome green quests, and that leads me into my next part. another custom part that they've added is this awesome green quest line. It has a bunch of really fun quests, which I never thought I would say because I'm not a questing person, but I found myself doing quests like riding a skateboard through Rookborn for some race, which seemed really difficult at the start because even though I'm an East player, I still just, to this day, after playing the game since 2014, 10 years by the way, I still don't know the best way to drive a hauler through Rookborn. It's embarrassing to admit that, but I ended up finding some deadly shortcut and I ended up completing the race because it's like a timed event. You take like 5 minutes, ride this music boxer on a skateboard. It's actually kind of hard. I failed it like 3 times, but anyway, we'll move on from that. Another quest I found myself doing, which I didn't record, which I'm kicking myself over, you get to ride a wyvern, which, you know, I've ridden dragons before in ArcheAge, but I'm guaranteeing that most people haven't, which was kind of fun. You just go out to like the Ezi Island and you get a wyvern and you fly to like 3 different locations. It's a quick quest, but it's fun. You know, if you haven't driven a dragon before, it's pretty cool. What else was there? There was one quest where it just tells you to go out into the ocean and raise sunken treasure, which for a veteran player is like, you know, whatever, I've done that 100 times before, it is what it is. But for a player who hasn't experienced that before, it's just a cool introduction. It's like, hey, craft the recovery pouches and go out and raise 5 sunken treasures. Go for it. Yay, here's an awesome reward for doing it. So the green quest line, the new green quest lines that they've introduced, the custom ones, are really, really cool, and I like them, and I enjoy them. They give a lot of XP, they give gold, and they give a lot of buffs that really help returning players and new players catch up. It's really cool. In the line of quests, they have a bunch of other custom quests, a lot of events and things like that for awesome titles, which I haven't got to participate in yet because they're not currently active in the 2 weeks that I've been playing the game. But they also have these cool rotating quests that you can acquire every day in like your capital cities. One of them might be like, alright, today's Friday, go and take 7 cargo to Friedrich Isle, and you'll get to turn in the cargo, but also, if you turn in 7 or 14 cargo, we'll give you 10,000 labor. Yay. What this does is not only if you complete the quest, yay, awesome rewards, I get to turn in my cargo for my dragon essence stabilizers, but on top of that, get these extra rewards for turning in 7, 14, 28 cargoes. Not only are they awesome rewards, but these custom events, like on a daily basis, actually encourage like PvP and different behaviors on the server. Every Friday is this event where you have to take cargo to Friedrich. It lasts for the whole day, 24 hours, from reset to reset, and you can take cargo. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but if you do, it's this high stakes thing because everyone knows that Friday is the day, or at least it's for me, it's Friday. It might be for NA players, it might be Thursday, whatever it might be, but it encourages PvP because during that day, people know, hey, a lot of people are going to be running packs to Friedrich. Let's go out there and we'll PvP. And people are camping Friedrich, and people are trying to sneak packs in, and you PvP, and it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. And that's coming from someone who's massively undergeared compared to the vast population of the server. And I still think it's fun. I think it's very enjoyable. So that's pretty cool. Another day there's like a fishing one, and then there's a treasure one where you gotta go raise sunken cargo and things like that. And there's a regular cargo one where you trade cargo for not dragon essence, Onyx Archeum. And then there's a bunch. There's one different for every day, and it's really, really, really cool and really fun, which is awesome. Another area that I've not explored really yet is the Wonderland. It's like this whole zone with a bunch of like daily quests that's just always here. I know nothing about it yet. Apparently there's some miraculous race that pops like every day that you go and you race around this big track. Again, I haven't done it yet. Maybe I'll do it once so I can record it for this video, but just the look of that zone is really, really cool and really intriguing, which is really, really, really fun. And I talked about it briefly earlier in the video, but the patron buff is really good. You get a lot of labor, you get a lot of bonus honor. It's all free, you don't have to subscribe, so you can go through this experience completely free to play. I've done it completely free to play so far. One of my friends did give me 1,000 credits to get the stipend, which is just labor pots every 24 hours, which was nice. So, you know, you could almost consider that as a subscription because you can get that every 30 days, and the extra labor and things every day is nice. It's optional, but it's nice to have. So, again, I've been talking already for 10 minutes and I've barely scratched the surface. All I'm going to say is I've been having a lot of fun. If you're looking to scratch that ArcheAge itch, or maybe just the MMO itch or the RPG itch, you don't have anything to play at the moment, or you're looking to come back and make your ArcheAge comeback, this is probably the place to do it. Alright, I'm having a lot of fun. The server seems to be popping. There's lots of players. It's a good time. It's easy to get into it. There's a bunch of things. Like I said, I haven't even scratched the surface with all of the new and interesting and custom things that exist on the server. So come in, get amongst it, jump in my Discord, send me a DM if you got questions, and yeah, get amongst it. Have some fun. If you're a Western player, an EU player, Southeast Asian player, most of the people that you would have played with in the past have found their way onto the server because it is our last best good place to play the game. So if you're still wanting to play ArcheAge, this is the place to do it. I'll see you there. I am playing West, but probably going to switch over to East. I'm not sure, honestly. Let me know what you guys think. East seems pretty lit. I'm an East player. I want to be East. But I'm West. Fuck. Hopefully see you guys there. Cheers.